that would be around B5, that corner. I would get them through C5 down the C line. But then that does leave their longer range mechs open a bit. AS is still moving back towards the corner. They've kind of given up their original C4 position. Normally I wouldn't be a big fan of that, but it does take some of the 228th mechs out of the fight. But still, these...
Yeah, percentage-wise, it definitely seems slightly in favor of Atari Scorpions. They got that one Timberwolf at 68%, some stuff in 80%, whereas they had the Direwolf in 65%, an Executioner 73, a Timberwolf 71, a 79 5SS. I mean, I think they're winning these trades, and it's just going to come down to, because they have better range too, a slightly better range, especially efficiency range versus those Battlemasters.
We've only got one damage dude on AS, and we've got 3.
But he has taken a bit of damage now, 58%. He's going to have to be careful here because he does not want to drop. You don't want to lose the drop or force your team to have to push in on, because of that one mech. So he needs to just rotate to the back, sit back, don't get struck, and wait for the rest of the team to start engaging.
And again, the damage from on 228 right now is mostly superficial, except for the Direwolf. The Direwolf does have 2 open side torsos, and he has a side torso Gauss guaranteed. So that's not going to be great for him. But other than that, Panic's got an open side torso and his Executioner. Nobody else is all that hurt though. But then again, we've got XL assaults on 228 side. Last game we saw the Battlemaster and Banshee. I'm pretty sure the Battlemaster was XL and the Banshee too was hitting 75. I don't think you might be able to do that without an XL, but I'm not entirely sure. So once they get into the brawl too, there's not going to be a whole lot of durability from these added mechs, even though, they're assault mechs.
Overlay is being really inconsistent on when it allows me to bring up the that chart thing, the overlay part, and when it just brings up the scoreboard.
Yeah, this is the first time spectating really, so I've been learning as I go. But the AS are even further back into this corner for the most part. The Stalkers are still lined up in a position where they can shoot down towards Theta, along with the Direwolf. But the rest of their mechs are pretty much back in a corner almost. Like they still got a little bit. Oh, now they're moving up. Maybe they heard me. 228th has a couple of mechs that have flanked around back there. 2 lights and the Executioner are basically moving into AS's rear flank. But there's a lot of AS mechs set up to cover that. So, I mean, it seems like if they wanted to make that work, 228th might have to commit a little harder with their brawling assaults back there.
So that Timberwolf is just one shot to the CT. And he's actually with a bunch of other mechs. These lights poking with a little dangerous because they might tag a light with a strike, and then that'll probably kill the Timberwolf if he doesn't see it in time.
Artillery strike.
Yeah, that is pretty risky, but oh boy. And he is also one of those mechs in that corner. It does look alright, yeah. AS assaults are now moving all back to that corner. If 228th doesn't get their guys out of there. Oh no, 228th is moving to meet them rather than just evacuating their mechs. Which actually I like. It does put a little bit more of a tempo on the game. Then again, most of their mechs are still at Theta. Most of their healthy mechs, I should say. The Direwolf and Executioner are easily the most damaged.
So do you think 228th is basically like, alright, we kind of won this match already, so we're not really winning these trades as well, so maybe we'll be a little patient? Or, I mean, they're moving around, so it looks like they're trying to find stuff to do, but I wonder if they're thinking that they don't end up having to be the aggressors, because they're probably not they know they're not winning their trades, perhaps. They can just decide to wait and see if Interior Scorpions wants to take their damage advantage and do something with it. Which
I think that's actually a decision they should have made, I don't know, like a while ago. As soon as they realized that they had guys on Theta that weren't contributing, I think they should have just stopped the trade and looked for a better position. But I don't think they've really found a better position.
I'd like to see. I think Interior Scorpions, if they actually move C5, well, might be a little late now, but if they had moved like on their left side and just kind of pushed up, and taken over the D5 spot, I think they would have been in a superb spot. 228th a little strung out. I don't think they could have fully supported the attack that would have happened there. And now 228th has dropped back into the D4.
It might have been a really good move, but I don't think they had enough information on where all of 228's mechs were. That direwolf, if you see, he's like hiding in a corner pretty much, and he's been there for like, I don't know, a couple minutes at least.
He's really not that bad off too. He's not, I mean, the sword torsos are open, but it's not really a big deal.
I don't know. It depends on what his build is. If he's running both Goths on either side, a single shot is going to take him out, and then he'll be down to lasers, which isn't a terrible thing, but the lasers will go pretty quick too because those are open. I don't know. I think it can do a lot of damage before it goes down, depending on how well it gets focused. But he is not in a safe spot. He's not exposed, but if AS does decide to do that push that you were talking about, he would be the first one to go down. Doesn't seem like they're gonna do that push though. We can see their Stalkers and Direwolf and Hellbringer all moved back to their original position in C4.
We got 4.5 minutes left to go.
Really?
Yeah. Beef is he's pretty fresh in his Banshee. He's got a lot of damage. If he can get within about 300 meters, 400 meters, he'll be able to just, I think, punch through some mechs. But they're gonna have to position him in a way that he doesn't get focused when he's moving in that range. Because right now where Interior Scorpions is at, they can handle pretty much any push.
Yeah. Kind of surprised that we're not seeing a lot more out of this Raven 4X. It is Cord, but still, it's a Raven 4X, and I really wish that it was.
Some damage now. They found that Direwolf. Both torsos now are wide open. One of them pops. If they can get another one, they'll be able to take him down. But he gets just around the corner. I wonder if they have an airstrike they could put up there.
Oh wow, that Direwolf moved way out. I do not like that. He's back. He's safe though now.
Yeah, he's safe under the tunnel now. But that was a good. Now they really limited their the damage potential that 228 has with that mech. So I think Interior Scorpions has to be the aggressor at some point here. They need to move along that line, I think, and take D5, try to trade from there.
Panic Button's been doing a really good job of shielding. Both of his armors are red armor, and I would imagine they're pretty well armored with his build. That's a lot of arm, but that's a lot of damage that 228 lost at their range, which was already limited. Right now, all they have left is the Executioner and the Timberwolf. The Direwolf they can't afford to poke with. So honestly, if I was AS, I might be looking to really hem them in. Although I wouldn't have this, omniscience that I have right now.
Yeah. So Edmeister's doing okay. He's got his left torso a little bit opened up, but otherwise seems to be all right, depending on where that Gauss is at.
It's in the right arm, so yeah. He's pretty well shielded.
Whoa! They found him though. They get some, not really much damage, just kind of scraping paint. He's only got 6 Gauss ammo left too. 2.5 minutes left. Interior Scorpions has to move. They got to make a move here because a draw here does absolutely
making
no good.
A move. We see their bigs coming around, moving up this lane. This is a really nice move from them.
Stalker's taking the brunt of it, though. They got to get the rest of the mechs involved. They can't back off here because one Stalker's moving forward, one's moving backwards. Not what you want to do, and he does go down. Two kills for 228th on this. They need to get all their mechs involved in this fight. It doesn't matter how cord you are, you have to start shooting this thing because it's. You don't lose points for dying. You just don't gain any if you don't get kills. So yeah, the Raven's down now, 3-0 in favor of 228. Drops definitely going their way, but it could turn over.
4 down. This is all right. They finally took down the Executioner, but that's not the mech they wanted to take down. All right, Edmeister goes down too, and the Timberwolf.
Beats is still fresh, and he's able to do tons of damage at this range. They need to try to get him down.
New target.
They're not pushing those mechs forward. It is 4-3 now. It's a close game.
They still have a Direwolf up though for AS. This Direwolf isn't involved right now, but it's got all of its guns still, and it finally sees that Battlemaster. The Battlemaster goes down, and he could start shooting Beef now too.
Yeah, this could happen if he gets aggressive here. I think Interior Scorpions could win this fight.
The Direwolf overheated. That's going to lose them a lot of momentum, though.
Only 50 seconds left in this match. Here comes a Jenner trying to poke the Dire Wolf. Mizur's coming out with his fire starter. He needs to just kind of get in this fight. At this point, he could actually kill a lot of mechs if he gets in this.
Direwolf strip, Direwolf goes down.
6-5 now in favor of 228. It is a really close fight here. 40 seconds left, 7-5. Oh, just the fire starter now is remaining. He does get the Direwolf down. He needs to get no one more kill if he possibly can tie this thing up. But, oh, the strike! Struck down. Oh man,
my god, that was tense.
That was that was brutal. What are the damages at the very end here? Okay, the Jenner CT open. Oh, I didn't capture the other one, but I think he also was hurt. I mean, it was a Thunderbolt, probably not as damaged. I don't think he was CT cored, but wow, that was a long fight and an interesting fight. I mean, well done by 228 and pulling that out, because they were not winning the trades, but it was Anterior Scorpions having to make the move, and I don't think they were all on the same page on that move. It didn't seem like it. They didn't have the timing on that quite right, and some mechs got strung out, with probably Poopenshire being the first one to go down there in that Stalker.
I would not have wanted to be either of those drop commanders making those calls at the end there. That must have been really, really tough to figure out what you wanted to do. But yeah, despite like some crazy damage numbers coming out from AS, Radic and Hulkins both did incredibly well. And actually that Banshee, I was not expecting much damage out of it. There was just, it felt like